It's that time again. It's back to school backpack season. When it comes to that season, do you feel guilty because you're not getting them everything they want? Or do you feel like you're leaving them a legacy because you're not giving them everything you want? That sentence can be read different ways depending on how you say it and where you put that comma, huh? So let's talk about that philosophy. Every time you say no to something your kids wants, you feel it. You do. You get that twist in your gut. You sometimes feel a little guilty. I wish I could, but I just can't this time. You want to give them everything you didn't have. And when you can't, it just stings, doesn't it? But what if saying no wasn't about denial, but about leaving them a legacy? A friend of mine told me about a story. One year, his son wanted to buy a pair of shoes, $150 pair of shoes, the big name shoes for that season. Everyone else had them. He was starting middle school. He was already nervous. And his father wanted to say yes, but he didn't. Not because he didn't care, but because he just opened a small investment account for his child. And he told himself, if I can just get him the next level of shoes that most of the kids aren't going to pick on him, I can invest the difference into that account for his future. And again, maybe it's a $15 difference. Probably more if you go to the next level of shoes. But the $15 we use. $15 wasn't going to go to the shoes. It was going to go to something that was going to last forever for this kid, for when he needed it. Boy, the kid was mad and the kid was disappointed. But years later, when he was applying to go to trade school, his father showed him that account. We didn't have thousands, but he had something. And I told him, this started when I said no to those shoes and yes to your future. According to Morningstar Investments, just $15 a month for 18 years, with reinvest dividends and consistent growth, can turn into $6,000 to $9,000 or more, depending on what you invested in. That's the power of saying not now in order to say yes later. So every month, this father decided to put $15 into an account. Probably a good growth EFT that the stock market averages over 10% a year, 8%, 10% a year, consistent. So if he just did it in that consistently for 8 to 10 years, that's probably a good enough growth to get him many thousands of dollars because he consistently said no to the big flashy thing and got the kids something that was good enough. Or maybe he had extra that month and just put that $15 or more into that account. So when that kid got ready to go to trade school, a good chunk of that was paid for. Is it better to be prepared for the future or to please them now and not be able to help them in the future? It's a thought question, isn't it? It's not easy to carry the guilt, but guilt fades, but your legacy sticks. What you taught your child about saving and investing sticks. About the true meaning of wealth and having enough and money and wants and needs sticks. So when you're staring at the receipt this August, ask yourself, am I paying for their confidence today or am I paying for their convenience tomorrow and their blessing tomorrow and your legacy tomorrow? Because we can give them both, just not all at the same time. We need to start small. Sometimes we start slow, but we are starting to build a legacy. So in school, we use the backpack season because we all are going to get hit with it. Think about it. Do they need all those pencils and paper? That's the easy stuff. Do they need that top tier sneaker, that top tier jeans, that top tier shirts, that top tier book bag? Or do they need one that's going to get them through the season? Because we all know what's going to happen. The book pack's going to fade. The paper they're going to waste. The pens they're going to lose. The jeans they're going to get holes in them. And those shoes are going to get dirty. But teaching them about money will last them forever. And when it comes to time when they need that chunk of money, whether it's enough or not, but it could be a good start, they're going to thank you, just like this young man thanked his father. He needed and wanted to go to trade school. Had no idea how he was going to be able to afford it. But that money got him started and got him in. And I'm pretty sure that young man's probably got a pretty good, well-paying job today because his father said no over the years. I'll give you what you need. And I'll give you a lot of your wants because he loved them. But sometimes I'm going to say no because I'm going to give you the best. Not always what you need. Not always what you want. I'll give you what I can. See you next time.